Hello, class. My name is Melissa Lott, and I did my project on Teresa Jarrett. Teresa Jarrett is 69 years old. She's an African American female. She's short in stature. She's about 5'3", 5'4". Um, she's dark brown skin. She is not overweight, but she used to be overweight, and because she used to be overweight, she has excess skin on her body. Um, she was raised by her mom and her stepdad. However, she calls her stepdad her daddy. She never met her biological father, so she was raised by her mom and her stepdad, who she called daddy. She was one of seven children. She was the oldest child, and she was the only child who was not the child of her daddy. However, she said he never showed any favoritism, and he said that she was his favorite child. So he told people that all the time. Her, her mom was from Louisville, Kentucky. Her dad was from Hodgenville, Kentucky. However, he moved to Louisville. As I stated, she is one of seven children. Growing up, she said they did have chores. Their chores were related to whether you were female or male. She said the females would cook and wash dishes, and she said that the males would mop the floor and do work, take out the trash, and do work in the yard. She said that some of that same gender based child rearing she did with her children. She had two girls and a boy, and she taught those same things to them. So that was something that she carried on throughout her child rearing years. She went to three colleges. She has 2 degrees. She went to Eastern Kentucky University. However, she came home from Eastern Kentucky University because of the climate and the culture of the campus. At the time she went there, it was very racist. So she came home and she went to Spalding where she got her undergrad, and then she went to U of L where she received her master's. She retired from the University of Louisville at age 50 because U of L was offering a retirement package. As long as your number equaled 75, you could retire with benefits. So she was 50 and she had worked there 25 years. So she retired from the University of Louisville. She was married for 49 years. She recently lost her husband, Richard Jarrett, a couple of months ago. So that is something that she is dealing with and grieving at the time. As it pertains to retirement, she loves retirement. When she retired, her and her late husband, Richard Jarrett, were able to move to Atlanta, Georgia to be with two of her daughters who live there. So she was able to, she is able to enjoy her retirement there with them and their families. One of the historical events that most affected and changed her life was the election and running of President Barack Obama. She said she never thought she would see an African American president, so she was very excited during that time. She said she volunteered at the NAACP to make phone calls and encourage people to vote. One of her biggest triumphs, she said, is being able to maintain a relationship with Jesus Christ through all the situations in her life and that he used and is using her to bless other people. She didn't have any regrets. She said because all the failures and mistakes that she had made in life were teaching lessons. So she did not see them as regrets, and that they were teachable lessons to her. When I looked at how she fit when it dealt with the information that we were learning from the Hutchinson book, generosity is an adult's concern for and commitment to promoting the well-being of future generations. As she is living in Atlanta, one of the main reasons that she moved to Atlanta is because she has a granddaughter there, and she wanted to pour into her granddaughter. Her daughter is a single mom, so she went there to support her, and she wanted to teach her granddaughter some of the life lessons that she has had during her life, because she understands, and she stated that she wants to be able to pour into her granddaughter, and that she also wants to be able to pour into one of her daughters who is married, who is recently married as of a couple of years ago. So she wants to teach her the joys and the triumphs and the struggles of being married. Miss Jarrett is also exhibiting integrity in her life, in that she has no regrets about her life or anything that she would change. I kind of already mentioned that she's in that stage in her life where she's asking herself, what does my life mean? And how do I feel about that? What do I have to grieve? What am I proud of? And what remains to be done about these things? So she is living life with integrity. And then when I looked at her life from the Valiant findings, which were mentioned in the book, Valiant mentioned that people were able to deal with stressful situations when they had strong marriages, and they had and or have supportive environments. And she said she was able to deal with the recent death of her husband, Richard Jarrett, of 49 years, because of the strong marriage that they had, being married 49 years. And she said she was also able to deal with that, and is able to deal with that on an ongoing basis because of the supportive environment there in Atlanta with her daughters and their family, who are all helping her deal with that, and all being supportive and helping her carry the weight of that, and then also to deal with insurance and Social Security as it surrounds her late husband, Richard Jarrett. In addition to being able to deal with that because of her strong marriage and a supportive environment, she says she's also able to deal with it because of her relationship with God. She says she knows that God has got her through past stressful situations in her life, and that she knows God will also get her through this situation. One of the things that I love when I asked her what advice would she give me in terms of living, she said, I wish you joy, or wish you joy. And that was an acronym. She said she wishes me that I would love Jesus, that I would love others, and that I would love yourself. So the J, the O, and the Y. So I thought that was great advice. Well, that's all I have, and it was a wonderful experience interviewing her. As I stated, she was 69, and what I loved about her was she was very sharp. She was able to give me great illustrations and remember vivid illustrations of when she was a young child all the way back to age 3. So she is very much vibrant. She's still very able to recall memories in her life. So it was a great interview, and it gave me some good insight on the past and how, as a social worker, we can engage seniors because they really want to talk. And then also, what is it that they can teach us. And then one other thing that I received from that is that she says she's always open to learning new things. So sometimes we think that when people get older, they want to stop learning and or that they're not capable of learning. But she told me that she is always learning new things. Thanks a lot, and it's been great, and have a good day.